Alright, I don't know how much it missed, but I got the timing cover and intake off. I pulled off the timing gear from the cam, and I've started pulling the push rods out, then I'll pull the lifters up. We'll see how long this stays on this time. Hopefully, it doesn't shut off after 10 minutes. Glad the audio kept recording through all that. That was awesome. Okay. Grab my oil pan gasket box. And that's front, so there's 2, 4, 6, and 8. See if I can poke these through the box. There's one. That went right through both layers. Okay. I have an idea that I should have thought of sooner. These are pretty obvious which side was in the engine. Okay. Okay, so there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Awesome. That went well. Okay. On the upside, don't think this really matters a ton. On the downside, if it does, that was a mistake. Okay. That didn't go as planned, but it's fine. Of course that's a different size. Why make anything the same? Size is that? 16 on the rockers. On the lifter for that valley retainer thing. Oh, bigger. We're gonna call it 1/2 inch. This camera better stay on this time. Okay. This thing is what holds the lifters in the correct orientation. So I'm just going to pop all these out, because these are roller lifters instead of flat tappet. Flat tappet lifters will spin so that it evenly wears on them. And these are rollers, so they have a roller on that rides on the camshaft, which means they can't be spinning like an old school flat tappet lifter. Okay. So I'm going to pull these caps that hold the lifters off, or that hold the lifters in the right orientation out. And as I pull the lifters out, I'm going to check the roller, make sure everything's good, and put them back into these. Like so. Make sure we're in good shape here. Everything's rolling. Throw that together, and I'll set it up like that. And if any of these lifters the roller's stuck on, that's bad news, because the lifters are the expensive part of a roller cam. Good. And this one is also good. Good. Last one on the odd side. It's all good. Move over to the evens. I'm going to make sure to put them all in the same orientation in the same side of this bracket. Not that I think it matters, probably. All the lifters look good so far. Those are good. Nice. This side was up. Be nice if I didn't drop everything while I was doing all this. That one's good. Here's the final lifter. This engine ran great, so yeah, as I expected, everything came out good. Now all the lifters are out. That means I could take off this retainer that holds the camshaft in. I'll take these off because I'm all oily now. This size? Oh yeah, first try. That was smart to put that in there like that. It's a 1/4 inch. Hate it when that happens. But that's what we have technology for, right? Well, these aren't tight at all. I'm actually gonna sit this valley retainer thing back down in here. Okay. take out the cam retainer, which doesn't fit over all 3 bolts apparently. So I'm gonna pull this bolt out, take that off, do all that. Okay. Shouldn't matter which direction this goes back on. Put the screws in so I don't lose them. Okay. Wipe my hands off. Now let's see if this will pull out. Oh yeah. Point you up at what I'm doing here. Now, just as a disclaimer, I've never pulled a cam out of an engine before. So if it looks like I'm struggling, it's because I am. I think we got it now though. Oh yeah. There is my factory camshaft. If you can see it, there it is. Lobes all look pretty good for having, 221,000 miles on them. Set that there for now. Wipe the old hands off again, because you want to have clean hands when you do this. Alright. Now we're going to make some magic happen. Should probably get the lube out. Nice. There it goes. I don't know if this needs to be shaken, but I'll do it. Bring the cam over to our engine. Open up the old lube. Got the LT4 hot cam. So I'm going to lube up everything. So, going to lube up the bearing here. Knock that over. Then I'll just lube up to the second bearing. And then gonna stab it in. Oh yeah. Hit the second journal. Get that guy in there. Alright. Lube up all of the lobes. Hit this journal. Piece of VCI paper, that's probably not ideal. Okay, get the last journal bearing, and I'm gonna wipe my hands off because this shit's nasty. take my 3 bolts, I'm just going to take 2 of them, move all this out of the way. Grab the cam gear without the chain on it. Okay. I might need to tap in that dowel pin, but I'm just going to use this to put the cam in for now. Doing my best so that you can see it. Okay. Now that that's all sorted, I'm gonna tighten these down the rest of the way, just so it's not floppy. We'll just guide the old cam in. Oop, that was probably not the best thing to do, but it's fine. We're all fine here. How are you? Oh, come on now. Don't do that to me. There we go. Pop these screws out. Bolts. Same difference. Give it a little spin. It's just a valve cover, don't worry. Gonna put in a couple of the bolts here, or just one. Give her a little spin both ways, make it happen. Okay. Put those there. Put the old retainer plate back on. Get a lot of hair in my face because it's very long. Now these weren't very tight, but I don't want them to come loose either. This is basically the closest thing a cam has to a thrust bearing in a small block. Okay. Now that that's in, just grab my lifter valley tray here. And go back for the assembly lube. So, gonna make sure the lifters aren't all covered in dirt. This one's not. Lube up the, angle this down, lube up the roller, give it a twist, lube on the side, and down the bore. Same thing with this guy. No dirt. This one's covered in oil still, but doesn't hurt to do. Rather have too much lube than not enough lube, so. Send that guy down. Retainer plate. And just go down the line. And so, just for reference, I've never done any of this before. So I'm sure I'm doing something wrong. But the best way to learn stuff is to just do it. Now for reference of what I'm doing, this is an LT4 hot cam. And I'm going to reuse the stock 1.5 rockers. So it'll be 492 lift on the exhaust and the intake. And it's got a ton of duration. So it's going to give me that mean idle. It should be, this is a 350, it should be around 350, 360 horsepower torque. Somewhere in that realm. Going into a 3rd gen Camaro. That has a throttle body 305 in it right now. So I'm essentially doubling the horsepower. And with all the duration, it's going to give it that nice race car lope. So it'll make about 350 horsepower and it'll sound like about 700. It's going to be real nice. Even though this is a high mile engine. But that's what I got. I already had the engine. Why not use it, right? And because it's a roller cam and I'm reusing the old lifters, there's not really a break-in period for the camshaft, because with a roller the lifters are the only thing that'll have wear material coming out. So with the old lifters there is no break-in. I'll probably change the oil after 500 miles just because it's a new cam, just to be safe. But as soon as this thing's in the car, I can let it rip. And let her rip, I will. How was that way? You can see the lifters that are up right now are up a lot higher than they were with the stock L31 Vortec cam. All right. Gonna wipe my hands off again. Whew. This stuff's nasty. But I guess that's probably why it works. Gonna have to get out the old, oh, there's not much, the old soap. I seem to get it pretty good. I'm going to put the lifter holder back in. That's the new technical term I just invented for it, is the lifter holder. Because it holds the lifter holders. That's real smart, isn't it? Where did I put the socket that fits this guy? I bet it's this long boy. Wow, my hands are nasty. Ooh. Alright. Don't know how tight this goes, but it wasn't really that tight. Probably till it's snugged like that. Doing middle to out, because that just seems logical to me. Now, snug them just a bit. That should be good. Okay. I'm gonna put the push rods back down in their holes. Make sure they're all clean. And before I put everything back together, because I'm still waiting on the valve springs, I'll put assembly lube on these too. Those are all down in the lifters. This one's pretty toasty on both ends. Looks the same, so I'm not worried about it. If I get this box out of your way, I'll actually be able to see what I was doing. Maybe? I think you're pointing at it. Yeah, there we go. And I'm just putting the rockers back over onto the push rods so that they're out of the way of doing the other rods. Oh wow, that rocker almost wasn't loose enough to fit on that. I don't know if I'm going to do this all in one video or split it up into different things. I guess it depends how much I lost when the camera shut off. But I guess if I do, this will be the cutoff of doing the cam itself. And I'll split to a different video for the timing. And then I don't know if I'm going to do the oil pan tonight, but I might. So, like, comment, subscribe. There will be more. There will be this engine in the car running, making race car sounds. So, definitely come back.